Hello, in this video let me show you how you're going to set up the HRM module for yourself and your employees so that they can also connect to it via LuitBiz ESS. Now in the LuitBiz HRM manager or executive module you have the same set of settings. So on the left hand menu click on settings. The first link out here is view companies. These companies are already added by your admin to the system, so you can view the companies out here. What you need to do out here is, this is the first setting that you need to do, you need to add the employee code prefix. Now what's the employee code prefix is? Before you add your employees, there would be some prefix that is attached to the before the employee number, before the employee code. So that prefix you're going to add here. To add an employee prefix, click on the link add employee code prefix against the name of the company. Enter the employee code prefix. And click on submit. So once you do that, that employee code prefix is added against that particular company, and if you want to modify it, just click on edit employee code prefix against the name of that company and edit it. So that's the first setting you need to do. The next setting that you need to do is the pay grades. You can add the different pay grades of your employees out here. To add a pay grade, just fill out this form, click on add against pay grades and fill out this form. Please note that all these fields in this form are mandatory. After you click on the submit button out here, you can view the pay grades that you have added out here. To view the details of the pay grade, click on the name of the pay grade, and to make modifications on the pay grade, click on the edit button against that particular pay grade. After pay grades, there's a second setting. The third setting that you need to do is job titles. To add job titles for your employees, click on the add button against this job title section and fill out the fields out here. Please note that the fields in the green section are mandatory and the fields in the blue section are optional. So after you add the job titles out here, you can view the job titles by clicking on view button out here. Similarly, just as you did it in pay grades, to view the details of the job title, click on the name of the job title, and to make modifications, click on the edit button against the name of the job title. Please note that before adding job titles, you need to add the pay grades, because pay grades will be attached to job titles, because as you see here in this add job title form, you need to select a pay grade to which this job title would be attached. So we would suggest that you do the settings in the order that it appears on this left hand navigation menu. The next setting out here is departments. You can add your different departments out here, and you can select whether the department type is a profit center, cost center, or a balance center. All the codes for this profit center, cost center, and balance center are already entered in the system by your admin. So you'll just need to select the code. And after adding the departments, you can view the departments out here, and you can make modifications on the department by clicking on the edit button against the name of that particular department, and you can view the details of the department by clicking on the name of the department. Next comes the different shift types. If you have different shift types, now this is an optional setting. If you have different shift types, you can add the shift types out here, and you can select the start time, end time, the name of the shift type, and the hourly overtime rate, etc. But if you do not have shift types in your company, it's perfectly fine. You don't have to worry about this setting. And after adding the shift type, you can view the shift types that you have added out here. And just as in the other sections, you can view the details by clicking on the name of the shift type, and you can make modifications by clicking on the edit button against the name of that particular shift type. Next is employee document names. Now, if you want different documents to be submitted by the employee which you would want to store in this system, you need to add the names of those documents. They can be different documents like their address proof or their driver's license or things like that. So you will just select the company to which you would like to whose employees you would like to like them to add that particular document. Select the name of the company and add the name of the document and click on the submit. So after you do so, you can view the different documents that you require from your employees. Now when you will be adding your employees, all these document names will appear for you, and you can actually upload these particular documents based on these names out here. Next comes recruitment questionnaire and exit questionnaire. Now the method of adding both these two recruitment and exit questionnaires are the same, But as the name says, recruitment questionnaire are those questionnaire which the interviewers would be filling up while taking a job interview of a particular applicant. And the exit questionnaires will be those questionnaires which the interviewers would be filling out while taking an exit interview of some of your employees. Now, all these questionnaires, while you are setting up the recruitment interview during the recruitment process, or setting up the exit interview during the exit process, you can attach these questionnaires to the interviewer, and they'll be able to view it in the ESS module, and they'll have to fill those questionnaires up after taking the interview. Now, to add a questionnaire in either case, first thing that you need to do is click on Add Questionnaire, then enter the name of the questionnaire, the company with which it is attached, and the number of fields in the questionnaire. So depending on the number of fields that you select out here, in the next step you will just get those number of fields, and those are basically the number of questions. So you'll enter those questions and submit it. So after you submit it, the questionnaire will appear here, and it will look something like this. What are the different questions? And for each question, that you can have two different types of data input. So if you want the interviewer to write a long answer to your question, then you'll have to select data type text. But if you want your interviewer to just enter a little bit of information, small information in a small box, then you'll have to select data type varchar while adding the questionnaire. This will come in the second step of adding the questionnaire. So in either case, after you add the questionnaire, you can view the questionnaires out here, and of course you can modify the questionnaire anytime you want by clicking on the Edit Questionnaire button against the name of the questionnaire. So please remember, the recruitment questionnaire is for the recruitment process. Similarly, the exit questionnaires are for the exit process. The methods of adding both these questionnaires are exactly the same. Next comes exit notifications. Now, when an employee submits his or her papers and is about to leave your company, then there'll be some assets which you have already allocated to the employee, and you want those employees to return those assets to your company. So now what this exit notifications will do is, here you'll be able to add the email addresses, the names and email addresses of the people who will be notified via email that so and so employee is leaving the company, and these are the assets allocated to him or her. So please collect them before he or she leaves. So you will be adding the list of the names and email IDs of this particular people. You can of course deactivate them at any point of time if they no longer work with your company, or you can make modifications by clicking on the edit button. Now, after you actually you can add a whole bunch of people. Now, when an employee submits his or her resignation, you can trigger it from the employee list, saying that a resignation submitted. Then all these people who are listed out here will receive an email that so and so employee has submitted his or her papers, so please go ahead and collect the assets that has been allocated to that particular employee. So this, in exit notification, you will be adding the names and email addresses of those people. Next comes organizational chart. You can add your organizational chart out here. It can be a GIF or JPEG file with a maximum size of 10 megabyte, and you can just get it drawn in JPEG or GIF format and upload it and view it out here, and your employees will also be able to view it via the ESS module. Next comes company goals. You need to add your company's goals, and these goals will be used during the appraisal process of the different employees, because while the managers are setting the goals for the employees in the ESS module, they will be aligning the employee's goal with all these company goals. So you need to actually add the company's goals, have a start date and end date, and the description, milestones, and the measures of success for every goal, so that when the managers are actually adding the employees' goals, they will align their goals with each of these goals. So you can view the goals that you have added out here, and you can of course if the goal is no longer there, you can change the status to inactive. So this is the link to change the status. Next comes the working days list, non-working days list, and the holiday list. So you can add the working days list, non-working days list, and the holiday list, and these will be viewable by your employees via the ESS module. So there's no need to, after doing this, there's no need to send out emails saying that today is a working day or tomorrow is a holiday. So everything, they can just view it in their ESS module. So these are the primary settings that you'd be doing. And if you're a huge company and you have a lot of conference rooms which you would like to, which employees would like to book, then first you need to configure your conference rooms. So you'll have to go to the last link, conference rooms, and under that click on settings, and you can add the conference rooms. So once you add the conference rooms, it's very easy to add it. Just select the company with which it is attached and add the name of the conference room, and you can view the conference rooms out here. And these conference rooms will now be viewable to your employees via the ESS module, and they can book the conference rooms, and you can actually view the bookings by selecting the conference room and the date on which you want to check the bookings for and view it. So once you set this up, once you set up the conference rooms and the employees are able to book it via the ESS module, you no longer have to get in to the process of booking the conference room, because that will take a huge workload off your head, because you would not be out there trying to book conference rooms, because employees can do it themselves via the employee self-service module. So that's basically the settings and the conference room settings that you can do in LuitBiz HRM. Thank you for watching.